Hey Scorpio.
I hope you are doing fantastic. And let's get started. Okay, so for your theme of the month, you have the Ace of Coins, which actually is very good. That's new beginnings, new opportunities, new prosperity, etc. And the Ace is kind of like a clarity of your purpose or your goals. And this is the page. I'm sorry, but the page is about opportunities. Seeing your goals clearly. It's also can be financial reward, but it's like the beginning of something. So it's definitely, planting a seed, watching it grow, nurturing it. Now in love, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, this definitely says that you're looking to nurture something. So either you're looking to nurture someone, you're looking to, find a relationship and nurture that. Could just be that you're kind of paying attention to all relationships right now, and making sure everything seems healthy, because this is all about, like a vibrance of life. And it's actually really nice to see, because again, it is a reflection of starting anew and having lots of opportunities, new beginnings. So a lot of it's responsible, but it's responsible aspiration. So it's really kind of taking the high road, I guess, but aspiring for better, aspiring for a better you, a better love life, a better family life, a better financial situation. So overall, I think the page is an amazing card to start off with, because it just kind of means, here, start your story, new beginnings. Okay, so the first card you have coming into the month is the Three of Pentacles, which is an excellent card. This is about partnership, growth, planning. If you're single, this definitely says that you're interested in meeting somebody, and not just, yes, love and friendship, but this is kind of a complete package. This is saying, hey, Scorpio, you're really deserving of meeting that person, your teammate, so to speak, the person who's kind of like your dual partner. And so having the three come up says that you're really looking for it. You're looking for something special. And it's very interesting too, because this is kind of attracting something special to you. And I can explain the three to me. Threes are always very positive, because they're kind of the beginning, but they're not like starting fresh, being naive, if that makes sense. So this is definitely good, because this is meaningful. The Three of Pentacles or coins is about enjoying what you're doing. So if you're dating, maybe you haven't had great success before, but now you're starting to enjoy yourself, or maybe you're just starting to enjoy the thought of love again. Some of you, I think, were not. So this kind of rings perfectly. The past couple of months, I've kind of given Scorpio a hard time. Not a hard time, but you guys have seemed like on the cusp of wanting something serious and wanting to belong with somebody, and to have that richness in life of fulfillment of a relationship, or, even taking it as far as marriage, or whatever it is that you were looking for. But the three is saying that you've kind of turned a new leaf coming. It could be, new aspirations for the beginning of the year, because especially around your birthday, there was a lot of like Seven of Cups, a lot of playful energy, a lot of temptation. A lot of you had been hurt, or you'd been in big relationships before, it didn't go well, and you were just kind of like, what is the point? I just want to have fun. I got hurt last time. It was too serious. I'm working too much. There was a lot of Scorpios that were just kind of like dating, friends with benefits. And this is kind of you going, okay, I think I want more. I want somebody to sit on the couch and watch movies, or somebody to work out with, or whatever it is that you're into. More of a partnership. I think you're coming in kind of tired of having the fun, tired of not having some sort of commitment, even if commitment to you means dating one person in particular. I think you're ready. This definitely says that you want more. If you're looking to reconcile, this is going to have to be a team effort. So either they wronged you or you wronged them, but regardless, it's like you're going to have to draw this line in the sand and kind of get over it, because this says, look, you can have something meaningful, but this is a partnership, and maybe you were giving 70% and they were giving, 30%, or vice versa. But this definitely says that you also want more, and you're deserving of more, but you want more with this person. So we'll have to see you know, what else comes up. But this is you saying, okay, I'm ready to go the distance with this person. And it could be that you guys separated because you weren't ready or they weren't ready. Whatever it is, now you guys are both ready for the most part. Okay, so the next card you have is how you're feeling inside. Anything, you know, that you're going to come to in the beginning of the month that you're going to feel. And this is a very beautiful card. So this is the Ten of Cups, with it, which is about family. This is about peace. This is about joyful times. This is about feeling at home. So it's very interesting. These go very well together because this is kind of you saying, okay, I've done the dating. I've, you know, had the fun times. I've had the temptation. I've had the physical. You know, I may have met a lot of different people, but I'm ready now. Like, I want somebody at home with me. I want to be a homebody because Scorpios are, you know, very much like their fellow water signs, Cancer and Pisces, where they enjoy that security of love, of comfort, of having one person to dote on and one person to dote on them. So if you're single, this definitely says your mindset has changed. This tells me that, you know, before, like I said, a lot of your reads, I remember they stuck out to me because I had somebody contact me in particular who just said, I can't go through it again. I can't do it again. I'm better suited as a one-person woman to be with just one person, but I just can't. I've been through it and I put so much time and energy into it, and I don't have the capability of doing that right now. And it really resonated with me because the past few readings for you, Scorpio, have you know, has stated that, like, you want to get over this hump, but a lot of you just didn't have time. You didn't have the faith in going through it again and getting burned because you had been before. So this is definitely a change, like a new you for the new year, so to speak. If you're looking to reconcile, this is nostalgic. So this is saying that whatever the differences are, you could see yourself being with that person. Maybe you're missing them a little more right now. Maybe you're remembering the good times. Maybe you saw them over the holidays. I don't know yet if you guys have connected, but you're envisioning like the possibilities with this person. And maybe before you weren't able to see that. You know, maybe before it was just kind of like, well, I've got a lot on my plate and I don't have time to play family or whatever. But there's something here, Scorpio, that's turned a new leaf, and I feel like it hit you fairly quick, like a ton of bricks. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, I think, you know, somewhere it just hit you that I want more. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5 or 10 years, could be all the way to your childhood. And I always bring this up because if it's a good card, it tells me that you're remembering or reminiscing about things that you enjoyed, that were healthy about relationships, that you want to bring to the forefront again. If it's not a great card, or if it has more of a dampening meaning, then this is something that you don't necessarily want to forget, but you don't want to bring into, you know, your current relationships. You want to kind of avoid past behaviors. And you have the King of Pentacles. Now, this is somebody who's very strong, who knows what they want, they go after it, and they get it. This is also somebody who has some wealth. So this is saying that at some point, maybe you were in a relationship that was very financial based or very goal oriented, like you both had a really good career, good job, a good lifestyle, and maybe some of that kind of got away with you. It's not a negative, but I feel like some of you started stopping and smelling the roses, noticing things that you were just taking advantage of and not appreciating as much. It could be that maybe they weren't appreciating you and you felt like you were being taken advantage of. Maybe you were the breadwinner, or you were the one who was working and going to school and all this stuff, and you just kind of felt like you were the one who always had to be the stable personality. You know, this is somebody who enjoys the fine life, the fine things in life now. This is also somebody who could indulge a little too often. Somebody who drinks or, you know, indulges in drugs more than, you know, what's considered healthy. So this could mean that somebody you dated had some sort of problem. Maybe you did. I feel like some of you were dealing with somebody who wasn't necessarily to the extent of like super hard addiction, but just, you know, every day was, you know, going to the bar or drinking or revolved around pills or something. There's definitely some of you out there who had, you know, that type of relationship. But this is also financially secure. So this is kind of a good and an interesting fluctuation, because I feel like I always read this for singles and anybody looking to reconcile together. But this definitely says that, hey, you know, at one point in your life, you were financially secure, but were you happy? And maybe that's part of why you guys separated. Maybe you really want to be happy, or maybe you thought you were happy and they wanted money. Maybe they left you for somebody who had it all, or had, you know, what they wanted, and it happened to be more materialistic. There's definitely something materialistic here in your past. Maybe you came from, you know, money, and so you kind of based your life on that, and now you're learning to enjoy, you know, other aspects. But there's some sort of bridge, like maybe that's all you felt like you had to do was make money. You know, had to work. So it feels like you're kind of intertwined this month in figuring out what makes you happy while still being able to enjoy certain luxuries that maybe your job affords you, or maybe you're avoiding people who that's all they're looking for. Okay, the next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past 2 weeks, past month or two, and you have the Seven of Cups. So isn't that interesting? Boy, Scorpio, this is like, that just gave me chills. Well, here we are again. The Seven of Cups that you've been getting in a couple of your other reads. But look where it is. It's in the immediate past. So the Seven of Cups, and that's so weird because I was talking about that when I opened up about this. So when I opened up about your read, the Seven of Cups is that temptation. It's that, you know, we were talking about where you make choices, and it's about fun and partying and having a good time. And it's interesting because I was just talking about how I think you're coming into this month trying to avoid being that again, avoid that type of lifestyle. This is, you know, fantasy. This is getting lost in temptation. This is having so many choices that you just don't know what to do with yourself. And isn't that crazy that the past couple of months, especially around your birthdays, I was talking about that. I was talking about the fact that, you know, it seems like you want this homebody, you want this family life, but you were like, no, I'm working too hard. I don't have time for it. I can't fit it in. And I kept saying, you're going to come to a point where you're going to want to find somebody. And when you do find somebody worth it, you won't have to fit them in. So if you're single, you are turning a new leaf. This absolutely is in the past, or slowly fading to the past. Maybe it was just the holidays, being home with family and being like, you know, I miss this. I want somebody special by my side. But whoa, Scorpio, like I knew we were coming up to this. I think you guys did too, because I kept saying you're just having this hard time getting over that hump, and you know, you put so much energy into the last relationship, and you know, I think now you're starting to realize, like, yeah, it sucked, whatever the problem was or whatever the breakup was about, that was terrible, but you had really good things come from it. Kids, or fun times, or vacations, things to remember. So hold that in your memory, and then find somebody special to do those things with again. If you're looking to reconcile, this means over the past few weeks, you have maybe had the temptation. Maybe you guys separated because you were tempted and you strayed, or maybe they were tempted and they strayed. I can't really tell. It feels like it's very 50-50 here, that it could have been you or could have been them. This is also, you know, you were indecisive or they were indecisive. Like one of you wanted to move in, the other one didn't. One of you, you know, was putting a lot of effort into the relationship, and the other person just wasn't. Like maybe you were texting every day and they were kind of like, you know, texting twice a week. Whatever it is, it feels like, again, it was one-sided. There was balance off here. But I think you also were tempted to maybe move on. Either this person recently got in touch with you, or they're going to get in touch with you, or they've been on your mind, and all of a sudden you're wanting these things. Maybe when you guys broke up, you were going out, you were partying, you were meeting new people, you were dating, whatever it is, and now you're back to, I really miss them. I really thought we were going to have something special. And so now you're kind of shifting focus back into, you know, making things happen, and which is a really good place to be. So I think that's phenomenal that the card came up there, because I think you guys have wanted to move away from this for a while. All right, the next card you have is your distant future. So this is over the next few months, usually into about March or so. And this is the Eight of Wands. And the reason I laugh about this card is I love this card because this is like making way for new things to come. This is, you know, sometimes it can be almost like on guard, but it's almost like you're ready for it. Like you're standing here going, okay, I'm standing guard. What's going on? You know, what are we doing? You know, we're going to make this happen. It's going to be great. This is strategizing too. So I think you are busy with work. You do have a lot of things going on in your life. You can't just throw all that away and, you know, run off and get hitched or you know, move in with somebody or whatever. So this is you kind of breaking down the emotional wall and allowing somebody in, but also keeping those priorities, because I keep saying that, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Wands, maybe it's because the Seven of Cups struck me, so sorry about that, but the Eight of Wands is about prioritizing, which we talked about, you know, the past few months, that part of the reason you haven't opened up your heart so much is because you are like trying to prioritize. You can't forget about your job. You can't forget about the things that are important, but at the same time, you know, you want to make sure that, hey, you're like on pace here. You're doing fantastic. This is also quick movement. You want to make sure that it's not forced. So with the Eight of Wands, this is like quick. So whatever's coming towards you or whatever's going to happen is moving quick. Now, if you're single, this makes me think that maybe you have met a few people that has kind of strayed you away from this Seven of Cups energy, and you're going to move quick and, you know, moving into a committed relationship, or at least dating singly, because somebody's either on your mind or they're going to be on your mind. It may be that somebody kind of caught your attention more than others, and now you're making room for them in your life, or it could be that you kind of know that you're ready for it, and so you're like, okay, I'm ready. But whatever it is, it's going to move fast. Now, the interesting thing that I think I've said to a couple, or in a few different reads, is that my mom used to always say to me, if things are going to move fast, you know, if the universe is at work, things are going to move fast. If it's meant to be, it's going to move fast. So whatever this is meant to be. It's going to happen quick. Now, you don't want to force it either, because there has been that kind of feeling of missed opportunity of not giving yourself what you've needed and what you've wanted, because Scorpios need that that love. They need that touch. They need that hug. They need that kiss. Just like Cancers and Pisces. But Scorpios, like I've said before, can kind of turn it on and off. But right now, I just feel you really need to kind of like refill your heart chakra a little bit. And this says that it's going to happen fast. Whoever's coming in is gonna come in quick. But don't force it. If it doesn't feel right, or if you're doing it just because you know that you want something special, make sure that you're paying attention, that it's the right person for you. If you're looking to reconcile, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to be done, you're going to have met some people while you were out dating other people, and you have this connection, but you're just going to cut it off and go in an opposite direction. However, for the majority of you, I think it's going to be the opposite. I think that this right here is going to move you in the direction of either contacting your ex, or if they contact you, you're going to be like, yes. And it's almost like whatever was holding you both back is just going to kind of resolve itself. Whether, you know, one person was getting cold feet, whether you felt like you were putting more effort into the relationship and they were putting less, or vice versa, it's like it's going to even itself out. It's just going to happen. And it's interesting because I think that you're going to get contacted. It could, you know, it could even be contacted by somebody, you know, from a far distance. Maybe this person, you know, moved, or, you know, maybe they're coming back into town. Maybe you saw them over the holidays. Some of you, there's some sort of distance factor here, but you're all of a sudden going to hear from them. And for majority of you, I think that you're all of a sudden going to hear from them, and it's going to be quick. And then I think you're going to kind of move into this direction, and it's also going to be quick. All right, so the next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks and throughout the month of January, you have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is somebody who's magnetic. This means that over the month, you're going to notice that people are kind of drawn to you, especially if you're single, if you go on dating sites, or if you've been talking to a few people, there's going to be more of a magnetism. People are almost going to be like drawn to you, kind of looking up to you, not necessarily putting you on a pedestal, but definitely feel like being around you, or feel like you're good company, or somebody that they want to spend a lot of time with. So I think that's what's going to kind of move you into this quick direction, because I almost feel like if you're single, you've put out that vibe of like, hey, I'm single, ready to mingle for the past couple of months, like we've talked about. And now that you're not putting that vibe out, the people that you thought maybe you ruined the chance with, or that you were just friends with, or that you made clear like, hey, I'm not interested, now you're putting out a different vibe, and they're like, woo, hey, like, I liked you, but, you know, I wasn't going to date you if you were just looking for somebody to screw around with, or just looking for somebody to hang out with once in a while. So all of a sudden there's going to be a different pull, you know, at your heart energy, versus before it's just kind of like, you know, hanging out, have fun, but I got a lot of work to do. You're now, and this, I also feel like this is kind of happening in other aspects of your life too, like at work, you're being recognized more, or needed more, or your value is being noticed more, because you're definitely coming in over the next month or so as a person to pay attention to. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this tells me that you are this. If you guys have not been speaking, they're going to be kind of drawn to you and contact you, or you're going to be drawn to them and contact them. But they're going to be regarding you in a different way. Like, maybe this is a person that, you know, you didn't see getting serious with, or they didn't see getting serious with you. And now you're both kind of seeing each other like that. You're both kind of like, hey, you know, maybe they all of a sudden see you in a whole different light. They see you as somebody, maybe you got, you know, distance makes the heart grow fonder. All of a sudden they're going to be like, whoa, this is a person I want to start a family with. This is a person that I want to date. I don't want to lose this person. So you're also going to be having some sort of magnetic energy. I think you might get contacted by a few people. I know that sounds weird, but I don't think it's weird, actually. I think that you might get contacted by a few people, but there's one in particular you want to be contacted by, maybe an ex, you know, the person that you're wanting to reconcile with. It may just be that somebody's been on your mind and you haven't talked to them in, you know, years, and all of a sudden you're going to be contacted. But I feel like you're going to have to kind of weed through, like, all of a sudden people are thinking about Scorpio this month. So if you're looking to reconcile, you may get contacted by more than one ex. Just putting that out there. The next card you have is anything external. So anything throughout the month that is going to be, you know, maybe a little more tangible, or something that you're going to experience throughout the month. Now, this could be the beginning, middle, end, the entire month, or, you know, just in the beginning. It could happen for one day, it could happen for 2 days, etc. So this is just something to kind of look out for. Now, this is the Page of Swords, and this is somebody that is kind of writing their own book. This is somebody who is kind of seeking for something special. So if you're single, we definitely know that you're moving in a different direction than you have been in the past couple months, and you're looking for just one person to, you know, hold, one person to kiss, one person to talk to, one person to text, to date, etc. The list, I could go on and on. But this is about writing a new chapter of your life. This is about starting a completely new chapter and being able to go in any direction you want. So let's say you do want to date, you don't want to get serious with anybody, but you don't want to date like you have been, or you don't want to give up on dating, but you do want to start slow, then do that. But if you're ready to go for it, it's going to happen quick. The page is basically saying, look, whatever you seek, you can find, as long as you have clarity in what you're looking for. If you know what you want, and you're honest with yourself, and you're honest with what you're putting out in the universe, you will get that back. This is a really good card here, because this is saying, look, if you want to date a bunch of people this month, to meet 1 or 2 people, do that. If you want to go to a meetup group, whatever you do here, you can have success in, if you are putting the right energy and the right vibe into it. And so I think for dating, if you're putting the energy that, like, this is what I want again, I want this partner, I want this possibility. It doesn't mean you have to have kids. You could adopt a dog, right? But this just says it's yours for the taking if you're being honest with yourself and with the people that you're meeting. If you're looking to reconcile, this is all about clarity. So at some point here, if you guys reconnect and you start communicating, you need to speak your truth. They need to speak their truth. And then you guys need to get over it. If you hold the grudges, it's not going to work. But this says, look, if you guys have a conversation, you might, and you're honest and, you know, you're truthful with each other, you may just see clearly what the other person is feeling and how they're feeling. And they may see that with you. This is like saying, okay, no more BS. Like, we're done. We're clearing the air. But you have to clear it to get here. Otherwise, you're going to get here. And that's okay. If you want to go out with other people and you want to do your own thing, then, you know, maybe reconciliation isn't for you. But the possibility is here. For you, it's a new chapter with that person. Or this is clearing the air saying, look, I've met other people. I'm not interested in being with you anymore. I had to go out and meet other people to discover this. And so, you know, I see things clearly. I didn't want to be with you. I think it's the opposite. I think if you have been out dating, you're going to see clearly that you miss this person. And that's why you're dreaming about, you know, this type of energy with that person. The next card you have is the Two of Pentacles, Two of Coins. And this is internal. So this is anything that you're feeling throughout the month. Again, same as the external. Could be one day, it could be the whole month, the beginning, middle, end, etc. It's interesting. You have a lot of different energies here, but you definitely have earth energy with all the coins, which is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So it may be that you're going to meet an earth sign if you're single. It could also mean that that's the person that was your ex is an earth sign. But the Two of Coins is a special energy because this is, again, about priorities, which we talked about here. Like, you tend to be worried about your priorities a lot, which is good. But if somebody's meant to be in your life, right? If you're single, even if you're looking to reconcile, if you're single and somebody's meant to be in your life, you're not going to feel like you have to change your priorities. But the two is one of my favorites because this is about balance. This is about change. So this is about shifting priorities, which this change is going to happen within you. And then you're going to put that out into the universe. And then this movement is going to happen really fast. So it's very interesting. And I think it all ties, your story is like flowing in the way that I thought it was going to, because I kept saying, you know, you're going to wear out, you're going to miss that, having that, you know, one person to hang out and do those things with. And I think you really are. These changes are coming. All of a sudden, you're balancing out. You're realizing what you really want. I mean, Scorpio, look, you guys are a great water sign because you can have that emotional fulfillment. You can put that love out there. You can be an excellent lover, a caretaker, a wonderful partner. But you can also have, you know, a great work ethic, and you can balance it when you want to. It's just sometimes you'll use the work or whatever as an excuse not to feel the love, because you have at one point put in a lot of energy into a relationship that didn't work, or into a couple that didn't work. And some of them, you know, you had kids together and it was devastating, but it's like you're ready now because you'd rather go through that devastation again and have all those good experiences, the kids and whatever else you did, than to live like this every day. So if you're single, you definitely have some big changes on your mind. You definitely have some things that you want to do. And again, it could be with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. If you're looking to reconcile, this is about change as well. I really feel like a lot of you are going to have some sort of realization that, like, you don't want this, that you really want this. You want to start a new chapter with this person, that you really want this too. But I think you realize here that you're going to have to understand that it takes two to tango, so to speak. And that once you get the answers and once you understand where they're coming from and they understand where you're coming from, this change can happen. But it has to be balanced. It has to be you putting in 50 and they're putting in 50. Because I think that some of you are feeling like, hey, this is supposed to be a partnership, and it's not. I feel like I'm holding all the weight of the world on my shoulders and you're not. Maybe you're working more. Maybe they're working more. There just has to be some sort of balance, and you're realizing that now. All right, so your last two cards are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month, how you're going to be feeling. For your hopes and fears, you have the Magician. I love this card. You know, this is somebody who can turn water into wine or wine into water, whichever way you prefer. The Magician is an excellent energy. This is somebody who makes things happen. You're not sitting around. You're not going to wait for somebody else to make the changes for you. you know what you need to do. This is about having the ability to connect with people, but also having the control of it. So this is, if you're single, this is saying, look, you can make those connections. You can write this story. You can have whatever you want if you're connecting on that level that you want. You have the ability to manifest your dreams. You have the, Scorpios are amazing at making things happen, and they can put off some of the best positive energy out there. But if things aren't going their way or they're upset, they're really good at blocking that positive energy. Doesn't mean they come off negative. It just means they're not harnessing the good. And the Magician says, look, if you're single, you can have whatever you desire. If you want to date. If you want a relationship, you will find a relationship. If you want to get married, you will find somebody to marry. If you want to have kids, etc., 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 right? The Magician is saying, look, you can have it. You have that control, but you have to open yourself up to it. You have to understand what you want, and you have to believe in it. And if this is really what you want, and not this temptation, and not this physical, and not the burning the candle at both ends, if this is really what you want, you can have it without a shadow of a doubt, as long as you know in your heart what it is you want. And a lot of you have not been listening to your heart as much as you should have been. Not that you should have been, but as much as you know your heart was telling you what you really wanted. If you're looking to reconcile, this is very similar. This is saying the same thing. If you want it, you can have it. If you want to get back together with that person, then go for it. If you want to have a family or get married or even just be in a committed relationship, you can. But the good thing about the Magician is this saying, look, if you guys can get together and see things clearly, and you can talk about the truths, and you can make the change and find the balance, you can do it. But the Magician tells me that even if you're looking to reconcile, even if it doesn't work, and you don't want to make the changes, and you want to cut loose and not be bound to this person because maybe you're just over it, you can do that too. And this says you'll be okay. And at the end of the month, you're going to know you'll be okay. So you really could go either way with this, Scorpio, this month. Your heart says, yes, I want certain things, but your heart also recognizes when it's time to let go. Now, here's your outcome. This is victory. This is achieving what you want, and this is being very proud. And not proud in a conceited way at all. This is being proud of your achievement. So your outcome for the month, I think, is very nice, because this is saying, look, this is piggybacking off of this, saying, look, I can get what I want, and I will achieve what I want. I will find success in a lot of things. And like I said, I think that you're going to find success in finances and work and in love, and you're going to feel well-rounded. And that's important to Scorpios, to feel that balance. This 2 is all about having that balance, and you're going to achieve that. I mean, there's nothing better than having a card right here that literally says, hey, success, you've gotten it, you've done really well, and then being happy and proud of what you've accomplished. And I think in love, you're going to meet somebody really incredible. It's going to move pretty fast, and you're going to feel like, holy crap, I can do this. I can do this again. And when you know it, I'll show you that in a second. I'm shuffling for your 2 clarifiers really quick, and you're not going to believe what popped out for your clarifying card for the distant future. All right, so if you're looking to reconcile, the 6 says the same thing. It's almost very similar, which, if you think about it, technically, if you're looking to reconcile, you are considered single. Your heart is still connected to somebody on a strong level. The 6 is telling you, if you're looking to reconcile, look, you can have that too. You can achieve what you want. You can be proud of whatever you want. The lesson here, Scorpio, is to follow your heart and stop denying your heart. And if you're looking to reconcile and your heart says, look, this is the person I want that with. This is the person that I feel like that's where I need to be or where I want to be, then go for it. And some of you are going to say, well, Dark Dove, I contacted them and they don't want anything to do with me. Well, try it again. And you know what? Then put a limit on it and say, guess what? If I contact them twice and they won't contact me back, then I will move in the opposite direction. The best part about this reading is that no matter which way you go, sorry, I just dropped a card. No matter which way you go, you're not going to be displeased. And you know that. The Magician knows what they're capable of. And if it's not this person, you will find somebody else. It's believing in that and knowing and having that strength. This popped out for your clarification for your distant future, which is here. So, Scorpio, it could not get better than this. This is your internal for the end of the year, or sorry, the end of the month. This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. And I think it couldn't be better than that. Whether you're single or whether you're looking to reconcile, right here, and then this is your clarifying for here. This is amazing. This is you, this is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. Whatever you want, you will get. You have to make the changes. You have to make the changes. You have to believe in your heart. You have to listen to your heart. It doesn't matter if you're single or looking to reconcile for the end of this. It doesn't, because this is change. And this is unplanned change. So this is stuff that happens fast. So whatever's going to happen, if you're single and you want to meet somebody, you're going to meet them and boom. If you're looking to reconcile and you want to be with this person, you guys are going to make some changes, balance it out, and the wheel is going to turn in your fortune. If you don't, the wheel is going to change directions and you're still in control of what you want. You still have the ability to connect with people. Right now, it just feels like your vibrations and connections with people are going to be strong this month. I think you're going to start noticing it. You're going to start noticing that you're connecting with people on deeper levels because you're being true to yourself. You're listening to your heart, listening to your head, listening to your goals, and you're being true to what you want. And this couldn't be, this is you going, this is what I want, and this is the universe saying, well, you put out there what you want, and here you go. So Scorpio, I can't wait to see what happens next. I'll talk to you soon.